quick hunt, even quicker wrap-up. Didn't find too much today. We did find one silver coin, so we're on the board, and any day you find silver is a good day. Let's have a look at what we did find. Nothing too amazing today. We got 3 quarters, we got 80 cents in dimes, and we got 17 cents in pennies. A few of those are Wheaties. We got that lovely 1920 Mercury Dime. That's the find of the day. This little Matchbox car boat hitch for carrying a Matchbox car boat. The boat was not present. And this lovely little bottle. Appears to be glass. Can't tell you much about it. It's nice though. I'll take that one home and clean it up. But that was it. Not every hunt can be amazing, but every hunt is fun. So I had a good time. Hope you had a good time. And I will see you on the next hunt. Well, today, on Chuck and Dirt, we will be visiting a property constructed in 1830. It's a beautiful house. Lovely columns out front. Classic colonial style house, which of course I can't show you because I want to protect the owner's privacy. But it's on this beautiful little street right in my hometown. And I've had good luck on this street in the past, so let's see what happens. Let's get to it. History awaits. 1830, baby. Well, I'm still getting the lay of the land here. I took a culture on the front lawn. Just modern stuff, surprisingly. Came around here to the side of the house looking for soil maybe that hadn't been regraded recently. And found in this soft moss, I was getting some older signals. So the soil here sounds like it is a little older. And we just turned up our first piece of evidence. There you go, check that out. Lady Liberty, 1907.
Wow.
A beautiful Indian head penny.
Maybe I'll join you for a little while.
Absolutely.
I got my old scoop over here.
Alright, absolutely. Yeah, hang on, I'll get you my other detector.
I've been doing this for years too, but I haven't done it in 10 years.
Okay, looks like the homeowner's going to join me. So we'll get back to you guys later when we find another piece of history. Well, back in the front lawn. More in the center. A lot of Wheaties are coming out of the ground around here. I just had a little coin spill behind me here. Pulled, I don't know, a Wheatie, a nickel, and a Canadian penny out of the ground. But we got another old coin here. Not as old as the Indian we found before, but this is a good one. Have a look. It's a buffalo. A lovely buffalo nickel. It's pretty heavily corroded, as you might imagine. And there's no date on it. I already checked. It's too corroded to show a date. But that's very common with these buffalo nickels. Doesn't matter. It's beautiful to me. Always nice to find one of those. So now we know we're talking 1920s, 1930s. We've already found a coin from 1907. We need to find something that's period to the house, 1830s. There's got to be something around here. We'll keep poking, and the owner is super nice. He's having a lot of fun out there puttering around with my detector. And apparently he's done it before in the past. And, he's just having a blast. His first target was a Wheatie, so he was pretty excited. Wheatie excitement. But he said that I could come back anytime I wanted. So that's pretty awesome. So we probably will have to come back. The property's pretty large. But yeah, we have an embarrassment of riches these days. We have a lot of good permissions. And we're finding lots of interesting things. And you're here right along with me to enjoy it. Alright, let's go get the next one. Well, I don't know. But it looks cool. Have a look. It looks like it may have been a kid's badge of some kind. Because it definitely says Junior. And then down there, I think it says G-Man. And there's quotation marks before the G, see that? So I think it's a toy badge for kids, made of copper. I didn't cut it, the rest of it isn't here. This is the way it came out of the ground. So the other pieces of it, I don't know where they are. And there's nothing on the back that I see as any kind of an attachment. I mean, actually there is a little spot there. There may have been a tiny pin there, so I clip it on. Junior G-Man. That's really cool. Yeah, no idea how old it is. I'll ask some of my history buff friends. They'll be able to tell me. But that is a neat find. That's got some personality. Anyway, pretty cool. Well, that was a fun little hunt. Didn't get too deep into the property today. Only had a couple of hours, but you know, that's the way that goes. But we did uncover a few interesting objects, a few curious objects. So have a look. We'll go over what we found. Alright, so we got a butt ton of pennies here. Most of these are modern clad. There's a couple of wheaties. See, there's a wheat right there. There's a couple of wheats in there. We got 5, 10, 15, 16 pennies. 2 modern dimes, a modern nickel. We got a Canadian penny, 79, and a beaver, Canadian nickel, 1982, 84, excuse me. We picked up this wrench. Not sure what that is. Probably belongs to the homeowner. I'm going to walk back over there and see if they want it back. And then we got our really cool finds of the day. We got this beautiful 1907 Indian head penny, no date buffalo nickel, and the Junior G-Man badge. So that's pretty cool. Very, very cool. All in all, a fun hunt. Nice piece of property, beautiful people. And yeah, we'll definitely come back. There's a whole bunch of woods behind this property that we have yet to explore. So there's definitely more to do here. Yard seems to have been turned a lot. You got to find those particular spots where there hasn't been turned. And that's where you uncover the relics that aren't buried, well, buried too deeply. Anyway, that's it. I hope you enjoyed coming with me. I enjoyed having you along, and I will see you on the next hunt. Well, we're back at the 1830s property. Was here a little while back. It's the property where I dug the 1907 Indian and a buffalo, a couple of other random items. Went off in the woods today and found some beautiful stuff. Well, one cool thing. There's a lot of junk back there. It looks like some old structures were torn down and dumped back there, and maybe the neighborhood kids have been partying back there, so there's a lot of trash. But I was able to pick out at least one cool, very old item, which was this old iron buckle. That's a beautiful piece of tack. But I just uncovered what I believe to be a sash buckle. It's very ornamental, it's very beautiful, and boy was it deep. It was a good foot down, foot plus in the ground. I'm amazed I got it out of there in one piece. Have a look at this, it's really something. Oops, he said as he threw it on the ground carelessly. Look at that. Isn't that lovely? I don't think it's a shoe buckle because it looks very much like something. See, there's a loop here. It looks like something where a big strap would have gone through and hooked on that. You want to get under this loop and a hole would have hooked on that. That's my guess. But I will ask people far more knowledgeable than I. Anyway, that's super cool, and I'm delighted to have found it. All right. It's getting very late. I got to get back to my mom, so maybe 1 or 2 more digs, but that's great. Nice way to wrap up the day. Well, welcome, my friends, to another episode of Chuck and Dirt. My hope is that this is going to be a really good one. I only have a little time to explore this property today, but I've already talked with the owner, and I'm probably going to be coming back here a lot. I can't really show much of the property to you. I want to, protect the owner's privacy. The stonework you see behind me was erected in 1790. This is the barn on the property. The home was built 1718. So the home is pre-colonial, and the owner has a sort of low-grade detector, and he came out here once and tried to do a little detecting, and of course the ground is so thick with iron he lasted only a few minutes and recovered a whole bunch of things. So I'm very, very hopeful. Yeah, the history is pretty thick here. Look at this tree. This tree, along with 2 others on the property, is apparently original to the barn. So this would have been planted in about 1790. And there's probably some issues with the trunk. It seems to be spreading. Look at that. Yep. A lot of personality. I wish I could show you more of the house, but you know, I want to protect the owner's privacy. But that is very old stonework right there. It's been well maintained. Apparently, this used to be an old dairy farm a long time ago. So, anyway, let's get to puttering. I think we're going to find a few things. Off we go. History awaits. Well, it's getting very dark. Going to call it quits for the day, but we'll be back again in a few days to spend a little more time, be a little bit more careful. I was just sort of running around, getting samples of the area. Nothing too spectacular today. There's a huge amount of iron pollution in the soil, as you might expect. Just tons and tons of square nails. Square nails, square nails, square nails. Tons of them. But I did uncover a few items, so let's have a look at what we've got here. Alright, we got some modern clad here. That's a couple quarters, 3 or 4 dimes, a few pennies, a nickel. Nothing old there. We got this interesting bracket. Not sure what that is. This looks like it's part of a leather strap. That looks like leather between the two metal plates there. Might have been part of a belt or a band. I believe this is part of a clock back. You can see there's a little bit of fancy on it. I'm going to try cleaning that up and see what details come out. We did pick up what appears to be a couple of tack buckles. I'm not 100% certain they're tack buckles, but they do look like them. They were both together in the same hole. That's interesting. And then we have this old handle, probably to a car door, made of cast iron. This funky screw with an interesting pattern on it. That's definitely new. It's interesting though. We got the Batmobile, banana, and then we have this very old sort of iron rivet. Looks like it was driven through iron. This is not the kind of rivet we would expect for brass work, you know, for leather work. So, you know, nothing earth-shattering, but then again, I've only been here for like an hour, and I was rushing, so. So we're going to try again in a few days, and definitely excited to see what shows up here. Alright, I guess that's it for now. Thanks for coming with me. I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you on the next hunt. Huge amount of iron pollution in the soil.